Hey, what is going on, Scorpios? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do a general read. Because it's a general read, it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I like changing up the colors, the lighting. I have these cool lights. This one's supposed to be pink. I don't feel pink. Anyway. All right. First, I'm going to pull an oracle card from Earth and Bone Oracle. Universe, give us a card for Scorpios. I was just about to shuffle the cards like I was doing a read. Excuse me. Let's solve this problem. I've been drinking peppermint tea thinking that could fix this. I don't really get sick very often, and when I do, it's more of a cough. So, sorry about the mint, but anyway. The Stand. Courage, determination, fearlessness. All right, with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Scorpio for August 2025? Excuse me. That's so annoying. I hope it doesn't annoy you as bad as it annoys me, but anyway. All right. Ooh. So first thing, I feel like there's definitely someone you're thinking about. Oh my God, it's so annoying. There's someone that you're thinking about. I'm just gonna pretend like it didn't happen. There's someone that you've been thinking about, and I feel like this person's been on your mind quite a bit. I get the feeling that this is someone you work with, go to school with, someone that lives in your building, someone that lives in your neighbor. I mean, I do feel like you get to see this person quite often. And I feel like you've been thinking about them a lot. Even so much to say is fantasizing. You know, with that Page of Cups, I feel like you've been dreaming about this person. You get some Knight of Wands energy as well. So I feel like I definitely feel like there's been some sort of back and forth between you and this person. Nothing major, but I feel like there is some flirtatious energy, maybe some light flirting with each other, but still very casual, not really giving you any answers. I feel like you've been fighting the urge to just open up to this person. I am so sorry. You know, with the 5 of Wands, I feel like you've been fighting the urge to talk to this person. Like, like you're feeling it. You're feeling there's definitely something going on between you and this person. It doesn't feel like nothing. It feels like something. It feels like something big. But like I said, I mean, the more you see this person, the more you think about them. You know, this is not just a crush. This is not just you, having a little thing for this person. I feel like it's real. I feel like the feelings are real. You know, I see this person, they have their shit together. You know, I feel like even though they have their shit together, I feel like they're very generous. I know they don't always go hand in hand. You know, yeah, I mean, I feel like this person is the type of person that goes out of their way. You know, and that's just something even more that you're just drawn to this person. You know, they're very confident. You know, and I feel like with this person, it's the type of person when they walk in, like when they walk into a room or when you see them, you can't help but just look at them. You know, I feel like they're very easy on the eyes as well. But there's just something about this person that just draws your attention. Like I said, I mean, this could be a friend, this could be someone you work with. Because I do feel like there's close proximity. Somebody, it could be a neighbor. I just feel like there is close proximity. And the more and more you see this person, the more potential you feel with them. Like you feel like this could be the one. This could be real. But we're still in that area where we don't know because we haven't had that conversation. And I feel like this person is really hard to read. Like they're a little bit mysterious, even though they're very giving and they show, they show that there is some kind of a spark there with that flirtatious energy. It's not really enough to go on. Like, are they just flirting because they're a flirty person? Like, it's not enough to go on. A very closed off energy with this person. Like I said, I feel like they're very hard to read. You know, with the 8 of Swords, I mean, I feel like they have their walls up. I feel like this is a self-imposed prison. But it doesn't stop you from fantasizing with this person. And I feel like you've even been manifesting this person communicating with you. And I feel like that worked. Because what I see is I see communication coming. And I feel like it's exactly what you've been waiting for. I feel like you're going to get the answers you desire. You know, I feel like the communication is going to answer a lot of the questions that you have. And even more that you didn't even know you had. I mean, and I see this moving forward very quickly. Because what you don't know, what they've been hiding or what they've been very good at keeping a secret, secret's out. Secret's coming out, Scorpio. And it's coming out quick. You know, with that Knight of Swords, and I mean, we have that Chariot. The secret's coming out and things are going to move forward. I feel like this person's been holding back, but I feel like there's this, like I said, with that Knight of Swords, it's a very quick moving energy. I feel like there's this moment where this person just, this fearless moment where they just splurt it all out. You know, they just come clean. As much as you've been thinking about this person, as much as you've been wanting this person, they want you. There's no accident that you see this person as much as you do. Like I said, I see them opening a communication, and I feel like it's going to be very direct because it's kind of like I feel like they've been holding back and they've been trying to figure out how to say it to you and how to come at you. But it's all going to come out very quickly. Like, this isn't just kind of like giving you a little hint. This is them coming out and telling you the whole damn story. You know, and not only that, but I feel like this person just, like I said, I feel like it's a very impulsive moment where this person just decides they're going for it. They're taking their shot. You know, with the Star card, the Aquarius energy, I feel like this person just going after what they want. You know, just putting it all out there. Just say, listen, this is what I want. This is what I've been thinking. I've been thinking about you, you know, and I want to take you out. I want to see where this goes. With the Knight of Cups making you an offer. And I feel like that's going to give you some answers right there. But what you may not see coming is we finally get to see how deep this connection really goes. And I feel like there's a deep connection that felt obvious, but until we got the information, we didn't really know for sure. Like I said, you're getting answers to some questions maybe you haven't even asked yet. You know, with that Lovers and that Two of Cups is definitely a strong connection, and is definitely something deeper than what we've been seeing. But one thing is for sure, when this person finally, like I said, very impulsive moment, but when they finally open up, they're not half-assing it. You know, there's definitely an intense energy between the two of you. And I feel like that wasn't enough to bring them to this moment. That's not what broke the camel's back. I don't know where that saying came from. That's not what broke the camel's back. That's not what got this person. There's just a moment when they just couldn't hold back anymore. You know, they couldn't keep themselves, you know, holding back from what they wanted to say. I feel like the intense energy that the two of you had, that's what sparked that, maybe that flirtatious energy or flirtatious looks, or, you know, I definitely feel like it couldn't be held back at that moment, but I feel like they weren't acting on that, because that's not what this person's looking for. That's part of it, but they want the whole package. And I feel like that's what kept them from acting on this a lot sooner than they are. It took a lot of work for this person to hold back. And that's why I feel like it's almost like they built themselves a little dam, and that dam sprung a leak and it bursted open. Like I said, that once they tell you, once they open up, it's all coming out. Secrets revealed. And I feel like it's going to make you very happy. Like I said, I feel like you've been manifesting and you're waiting. You've been like, why, you know, I want this person to come to me. You know, I feel some sort of way for this person. What are they doing? Why are they holding back? What I see is this person not holding back anymore. And like I said, I feel like it's a very impulsive moment that this person just, you know, takes their shot, shoots their shot. What's the worst that can happen, right? Like I said, I feel like this person, for some of you, this may be someone at work. Like I said, maybe someone that's higher up than you, or someone that maybe a boss even, because I feel like this person wasn't willing to risk it until they knew. They weren't really willing to risk it just on the intense connections they felt with you. Because like I said, I mean, we have the Knight and the King of Pentacles, so I feel like this person has their shit together. I feel like they're very confident and well put together. And I feel like you find them very attractive. When you see them, it's hard to ignore them. I mean, for some of you, this could be a boss. Or at least someone higher than you. Now, if it's not for some of you, it may not be someone at work at all. You know, maybe a friendship, maybe it's a friend of another friend. I mean, I feel like there's a reason this person didn't want to act on the intent, the intense energy you have between you. Like they didn't want to act on it just being a physical thing. But now that it's not, now that they feel more than that. Like the feelings are real. Now they're acting on it because it's not just on a whim. For some of you, I feel like this may have been going on for a while. I do feel some back and forth energy. Like things left unsaid are now being said. Courage, determination, fearlessness. I mean, we had a nine of swords in reverse, and that I call that the fearless. You know, not afraid anymore. There's definitely a reason why this person didn't act on it impulsively. I know I said they come out impulsively and make, open up communication. It's kind of seeming like it came out of nowhere. But that's very different. Them acting impulsively or them seeming impulsive and acting impulsive are two different things. For you, it may seem impulsive, but for this person, I feel like it's been coming. It's been a long time coming. With this person, we have Taurus. We have Leo, Sagittarius. We have Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. I just get like, it definitely resonates with somebody that's your boss. It definitely does, because I've got that in my head now. Sometimes during a read, I get some very specific messages, and it won't be for everybody. Even though it is a general read, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. There is a lot of it that will. And then there's very specific messages in there. And sometimes I blurt them out because someone needs to hear it, I think. Well, obviously somebody needs to hear it. It reminds me of a guy that I work with. This girl he said, this girl in my work, man, she works for me. And he was like I don't know what you call it, like a district manager. But he said this girl was always like very flirtatious with him and, always like these innuendos. But he said, I don't know if she means, like, I don't know if she's interested or if she's just a flirty person, because some people are just flirty. But being her boss, there wasn't much he could do about it, because he said, I'm not gonna approach her, because if I'm wrong, I could have a sexual harassment charge against me. I don't know where this is going to go. And he said, and another thing is part of it, he said, what if she is flirting with me, but she only flirts with me because I'm the boss? And he says, it's so hard being the boss sometimes. And anyway, he ended up dating her for a while, and it was because he was the boss. It's a very thin line, and it's not even the boss part, it's just coworkers. Like I've told the story before, but one of my friends, he hit on this girl that he thought he was getting a vibe from. Turns out she had a boyfriend, and the boyfriend didn't really appreciate it, because she went home and told him. The boyfriend didn't appreciate it, and he was waiting outside at work one day for this guy that I work with, and it got very awkward. He ended up leaving. The guy, he ended up quitting the job, all because he flirted with the wrong girl, or he made a pass at the wrong girl. But it was really weird to me, because I always felt like she was flirting with him. It was very strange. Some people are so I don't know what's going on between them. I don't know what's going on in their head. You know, I've seen girls and I've seen guys, you know, flirt with other people just to get a reaction from their already partner. It's so mature to me. But yeah, it's a hard world out there right now. I mean, you don't know. And the worst thing is working with someone, especially at a career. I don't mean working with somebody at McDonald's. You know, I mean working at somebody at a career. I mean, at McDonald's, you can flirt with someone, and if they don't take it right, you can leave your job and you can find another job. I mean, whatever. But as a career, it's like you don't want to put your career on the line if you don't know. And like I said, sometimes we just don't know. I'm very bad at picking up who's flirting with me and who's like giving me messages that, you know, but it's awkward. I mean, I'm sure it's awkward at McDonald's, and I'm sure you don't want to have to go get another job. But I mean, I'm saying when you're in a career, but it's so likely that you find someone in your career because like you have so much in common. You have the same career, first of all. Second of all, you're around each other every day. You work with each other. Same as if it's just a neighbor. Maybe for some of you, this is a neighbor. You live in the same neighborhood, so I mean, you have things in common. So it's so likely to find someone that is like you or someone that appeals to you. But then it's like catch 22. Like, do you do anything about it? Like, what can you do about it? But anyway, I digress. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.